What's going on YouTube? Welcome to WestysAngling. You're joining me and Rob Fuller again, and we are back at Cudmore. This week we're going to be fishing Avoca.
Avoca, mate.
So we're looking forward to that. Absolutely horrible conditions, as you'd expect. On my channel recently, it just seems to be absolutely rubbish weather everywhere we go. But we've just pulled up to the fishery and we're going to get checked in and see where we stand from picking a peg. There is a peg drawer on here, and I think it happens about 3 o'clock. It's about, what time is it now? About 2:30?
Yeah, something like that.
It's about 2:30 now.
You can walk around the lake at 3, draws at 4. The lake is fully booked as well, so we need to get lucky to get a good peg, I think. Yeah, so we've had a look at the pegs, and we've watched videos on YouTube, and we've seen which is the better pegs, which is the worst pegs, but the good pegs aren't always the good pegs, so we're not too worried about that. And oh shit, see what happens.
Let's go inside. We're getting wet. We'll go inside. Look at this one here, putting waders on already.
Go on, boy. Looks like I'm ready for action, doesn't it?
It does. Oh, it's snapping straps and everything.
Oh, I'm a pro. Well, that lasted long, didn't it? I've only worn them 3 times.
Has it gone? Oh, mate, yeah, mate, that's proper snapped.
Can't have all nice.
Right, let's go and have a look at the lake. So we've just had a good chat with one of the bailiffs, and there definitely is a draw. There is 2 other doubles fishing as well as us, and 4 singles. Hopefully we get into one of the double pegs. Just walking down now, we've got a bit of time. So Avoca, George's and Adelaide, it's down this track. It is easier if you drive, it's for a walk. But
you tell me.
like I said, we've got time, so we'll go and have a nosy, see if we can see if any fish are topping, so we've got a better idea at what pegs we're going to choose. Starting off on PVA bags, and then we'll have a go on probably catfish rigs through the night. What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon so. But the rigs are going to be able to catch cats as well, and carp.
Yeah. So
it'll be just a size 4 hook, just a bit of longer hook length, because they're a bit finicky eaters. So anything will pick it up.
So catfish, notoriously, if they feel any kind of resistance, like a bolt rig or anything like that, they tend to drop the bait. But if you're using really sharp hooks on a PVA bag rig, then there's no reason why you can't set the hook, and then obviously the swivel will pull out of the lead and you'll be into your fish. So I don't see why they wouldn't work. Most of these catfish are big enough in here, they're going up to 80 pound now, so they're big enough in here that they'll probably take the lead weight as well. So I don't think we'll have a problem with that. So we're just walking past. I think this is George's. Yeah, I'm right. So that's George's lake, and it's over this mound. I'll run up here quick and show you. Hopefully nobody's fishing. Somebody's in the bivvy there. Rods are out. So that's George's. Beautiful looking lake.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Some nice fish coming out of here this year that I've seen on Facebook. And this is Avoca, the lake of choice for today. That's what you get for cheaping out on your waders, mate.
They were just the ones that I grabbed when we last went fishing.
So a bit of a car park here, so we'll probably bring the cars down in a minute. Peg 1 I think is through this way.
Start in numerical order.
Super excited. Somebody's obviously already fishing now on peg 1. So if you're superstitious, something that sets me in good hope for today is me and Rob actually pulled off the motorway at the same time today. Bear in mind that Rob's come from Scarborough and I've come from Manchester, so it's like, how that happened I don't know, but we literally pulled off the motorway at the exact same time.
Looked in my mirror and I was like, I recognise that guy behind me. I'm like, Westy, is that you? Couldn't write it, could you?
No, you couldn't write it. That gives me every hope for today. The carp gods are watching. So We'll see if we manage anything. There's been a lot of people kicking off at Cudmore because of the state of the paths and the muddiness of it, but what can you do? You know what I mean?
Fine,
unless you gravel all the paths, but there's enough walking room. Just wear proper clothes, boots and what have you.
I think it meant just off the side of the all-terrain pegs. Like, it's a bit boggy. It's gone a bit though, isn't it?
Right, I get it. It's a bit boggy here. Bit of a puddle.
That's not even that bad.
No. Get a bivvy there, I guess, and a bivvy there. Just about. Easy. A lot of water this, mate.
You can tell it's had loads of rainfall.
This is part of it, guys. You got to check the lake out, see where you fancy. I know it's up to a draw at the end of the day, but you've got
4 numbers going into the draw, so we've got a chance.
There's only 4 numbers, and I'm feeling lucky. Got the lucky WestysAngling cap on. Rob's got his lucky WestysAngling sweatshirt on. www.westysangling.co.uk, just saying.
Shameless plug.
Just plug it in there. Again, if you didn't hear that, www.westysangling.co.uk. Couldn't be simpler. Grab yourself some merch. Absolutely terrible conditions, guys. If this isn't worth a like and subscribe, I don't know what is. We're still here. We're still doing it. We're still filming it. Look at this. Avoca at Cudmore. There's a bit of, I've seen a bit of activity over here, Rob. I'm sorry if the audio is absolutely rubbish, guys. If I get any kind of rain in the mic, then it'll sound like I'm underwater. But what we'll probably do, if we can't get a double peg, is we'll both bivvy up on separate pegs like this one and that one, and then we'll have a bit of a communal area in the middle here. Probably back it on to where it's not so muddy. So one thing I have noticed is the wind's blowing into this side, mate. I've just seen a few fish scatter there, so that could mean that there's catfish chasing.
Yeah, when we walked around there were some just jumping off the corner of that island, weren't there?
So that can be a good sign for cats. If you see fish scattering.
Oh no, it's deepest over here in this corner.
Yeah.
Goes to like 8 foot, doesn't it? That's in peg 10.
There's a lot of open water here, so that could be a good choice. I taught you through these things, folks, so you understand the watercraft and how we're making the decision on the pegs. Obviously, when there's a draw, it's taken out of your hands slightly, but you can still have a good idea of where you fancy if there's a choice of a couple of pegs. So it's always good to have a look round first. And don't always go for the most popular pegs either. Like, don't be scared of choosing somewhere a quiet corner out of the way, like this peg over here.
Knowing that it's not been fished last night,
yeah,
wind pushed in there,
exactly. So wind's blowing right into here. It's a deeper spot. There's 2 pegs free. So in my opinion, this probably isn't a bad choice, this little cove.
9 and 10 in there, I think.
You've got some reeds to that right hand side, so if you want to try the margin, you've got these reeds to cast to. And well, this peg's a bit limited for choice in terms of island and stuff, but you can go straight out, yeah. Open water.
And that peg's got all that
bay.
That'd be nice. Steve, the owner, was saying that the catfish keep the carp moving around as well, so you've always got a shot at getting some.
Yep. What'll probably happen is a load of bait will go in, the catfish will move onto the spot, that'll push the carp out to other areas of the lake, and that'll probably keep happening. So that's probably why it spreads the carp out a bit. And in my opinion, carp usually do follow the wind. Blows the feed down, it oxygenates the water. So there's a few reasons there. I'll just keep wiping my screen. Like I said, hopefully I don't sound like I'm underwater, but that's the conditions we're fishing in.
Just out, straight out there.
Bit of a splash.
Yeah, something went. I see a fin.
Whoa, getting excited now.
What peg's this? 9?
9 and 10, isn't it? Well, we'll have a look on the map, but
yeah, they've got rid of an island over there. That's where that bay is, isn't it?
Yeah. So an island's gone from there. This potentially is the deep water here. Just here. Going round this corner. So you would look at this and think this is a quiet bay.
Wind's pumping in down here as well, and it's deep. And
right.
It's going to drop really low. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the activity seems to be a fish topping out in the deeper water. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I reckon if we get lucky and draw,
we'll pick these 2. And I think they're the driest. I think they're the driest as well.
Wind's pumping down here. We've seen 2 shows now.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes. This is my first pig.
Look at us two here. Absolute idiots. Stood in the rain. soaking wet, probably sound like I'm underwater. Oh dear. But absolutely love it. Right, I am actually getting soaking. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Right, folks, we'll probably resume when we're bivvied up, when we've got a peg, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully catch some fish. It's going to be a chilled session, this one. Obviously, I'll give you a bit of a review on the lake, a bit of a review on Avoca, so hopefully you'll pick some things up from this video, even if we don't catch. We're going to have a bit of a camping session, cook up some nice food, have a few beers.
Watch rugby.
It's going to be chilled. Watch the rugby.
Yeah, grand final.
It's not a game, it's a rage thing.
So me and my dad have fished this peg here, peg 8, and then when me and Rob came, fished these 2 pegs here. We've got the pegs we wanted, and it's a bit of a slog now all the way down, and it is very slushy down this way. Oh man, this is tough. It's tough going. It's not straight paths. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh. Oh. Sometimes, if you want the best swims, you've got to go to the far side of the lake. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go for. Let's tight that. Well, that's half the stuff down. Fellas across from us, lads from Manchester, shout out to Manchester boys. Not these Yorkshire guys.
Well, they did us a favour in draw anyway, because they pulled out number 1 and we got 2. Yeah. And we knew they wanted to go over there.
So it's one of them. I mean, wind's blowing into this side. I have every confidence. It's an absolute trek. No wonder nobody fishes this end. Absolute trek down this side. I'm shattered. Got another load to do yet, but I'm going to do rock, paper, scissors over who gets this swim here, because I'm pretty sure this is the best swim. Well, obviously we'll share the deeper water. I'll be able to cast right out here. Rock, paper, scissors.
So,
alright.
Are you going best free?
Yeah, well, you can't just do one, can we?
1, 2, 3, show. Looks like I'm not moving my shit even further down bank.
Right, I'm in a shit peg. Right. It's alright, it's alright.
I've seen a fish crash there in open water.
No, it's alright. I'll use my angling knowledge and skill, and we'll persevere, and I'll get a fish.
I use my superior rock, paper,
to be fair, it's
technique.
only Rob's driven about 4 hours to get here, so it's only fair that he has best swim anyway. But
thank you, it's very kind of you.
Yeah, it's alright. If I'd have won the rock, paper, scissors, I wouldn't have been saying that. But right, folks, I'm going to get my bevy up, and then we'll get some rods out, get some PVA bags on. I've already tied my PVA bags up, they're in my bait bucket, so we're all good to go. Right, ladies and gents, bevies are up. Precariously, but they're up. Slutchy as hell. Really bad weather conditions, but bevies up. Daiwa bivy, winter skins on, good to go. I'm going to put my bed chair in it. Rob's got himself a new bivy, seeing as he's doing more carp fishing recently. Just getting himself set up, getting his fishing with a rod pod, or he just putting bank sticks in.
It does all of it, to be fair, but I'm just gonna
use the sticks.
Yeah, we can stake it in.
Talk us through your bivy. What's the make?
It's a Fox Frontier X, plenty of room in it, goes up in seconds.
It looked like it popped up really easy, that.
Yeah, you didn't peg in right good though, ground got hard.
God, it's solid though, isn't it?
Yeah man, storm poles and like 20,000 hydro strike heads.
Amazing.
Like,
it's really wide as well, which is what you want.
Yeah, it's got a flat back, so my bed chair, which is a wide boy NASA indulgence. It's like
perfect.
Massive.
Yeah,
you can go right to the back. You got loads
and
of room.
Like you say, your bed chair is quite high up off the ground as well, so you can put stuff underneath it.
Yeah man,
that's decent.
A pillow off you.
Oh, we've seen loads of activity on this side. There's carp crashing in the margins here, just out from me as well. I don't think anybody's going to go to my left, but so let me show you something. Tons and tons of blowing going up just out from me. Look at this. Loads of blowing just out from this tree here. So I'll probably put a rig there pretty quickly as well. So that's next job. Rod pod set up, rigs out, off I go. To be fair, I'll probably just puddle chuck it out to that spot. I'm not going to use the bait boat, so chuck to that spot. I'll probably have one just out from me there and one just out from me there, and we'll see how we get on there for the first cast. Rod pod's set up, let's get a rod out. PVA bags are already made. Just tied a few up quickly. So I'm just going to cast these out onto the bubbles that I saw coming up before. It smells good, that, doesn't it? Can you smell it?
Yeah, it does.
But if you want to know how to tie up one of these PVA bags, I'll put a link in the top right hand corner. I won't take you through the full thing today, just with the weather being awful and I want to get a rod out. So that's that. All I need to do is tie my main line onto the PVA bag stem, and that's good to cast out. I'm not going to send the bait boat out yet. Like I said, I'm just going to cast to those patches of bubbles I saw coming up before, and I'm going to leave it probably 3 or 4 hours, get everything set up. But look at this. These are my extend rods, so they look good, don't they? Using 15-pound line. They're a nice soft rod, these. They extend all the way down from like a 3-foot rod, 3 or 4 foot rod, all the way to a 10-foot rod. I am going to put a dedicated cat rod out later, which has got 30-pound line on, and that rod's a 3 1/4 test. These reels can more than handle a big catfish. They're a Penn Affinity LTD 7000 reel. Very strong drag on them, more than capable of handling cats. It's ready to go out. I'm going to pump it full of this goo, and then we're going to get it out. And we're fishing. About time. Right, so I'm going to put this one to the left where all them bubbles are coming up there. Hopefully these PVA bags will just sit on top of the silt. I am using big wafters. That's that one out. Turn my drag down, and then next one I'm just going to put it straight out here, I think, to start with. And then during the night I'll probably go towards the deeper water with a bait boat, get a cat rig out. Mate, I reckon we're going to have it away. Mate, what the hell? So Rob's got carp topping just, I don't know whether you'd even see that on the camera. You might have saw that on the camera. I started to see where I'm pointing on chest cam. I'm going to give Rob a camera as well. He can talk you through what he's doing and probably take the piss out of me a little bit. Just set up my core and pentolite shelter there in the middle. It's a little communal area. Got my Amazon filming light, bivy light, in case we get a fish in the night. Look at how bright this is. It's like the sun, honestly. It's so bright. Very, very bright. Obviously you can dim it. So if I feel like being courteous to people, I can dim this right down. Rods have been in probably a couple of hours now. Rob's had a couple of bleeps on his alarms, but I've not had anything. Pretty miserable conditions, horrible and slutchy, but it is what it is. That's the time of year, that's the weather. Just got to make do. I can feel the temperature dropping. So we've had quite a bit of a mild spell, up into sort of like 20 degrees Celsius over the past week, and yesterday the temperature dropped dramatically. I mean, there's plenty of fish activity, so I'm pretty sure they're still moving about and feeding, but we're talking like a 10 degrees temperature drop, so that could affect the fishing, who knows. But like I said, they're moving about and I'm pretty confident. Plenty of bubble patches coming up everywhere, plenty of fizzing. It's gone a bit quiet on my side, but look at that. That was a catfish slap. I've got 2 PVA bags out at the moment, but I'll probably put a catfish rig out. So I'll have 1 catfish rig out and 1 PVA bag rig out. There we go. catfish rig. And that one's probably the better one. Both the same, so dead straightforward. Slip D rig there. Size 4 Kamakura wide gate, barbless, to a section of 25 pound, coated braid. Shrink tubing around the eye of the hook as a kicker. And there you go, that's the rig, and I'm going to tie that straight on. Good to go. 2 ounce lead with a back lead, just to pin everything to the bottom. So we're going to send Rob's nighttime catfish rig out in the bait boat. Just going to connect to the Deepers Wi-Fi. Tell it that we're on shore. Just looking for the GPS. Probably have to send it out a bit deeper. Yeah, it's telling it it's too shallow. Oh, where's the remote? Have you got it?
Oh yeah, it's pressing against the chest. Oh, yeah, cheers, pal. Helping me out there.
Alright, it's on.
I've just seen the crack out there, or something.
2 meters deep. And dropping fish there. Pretty firm bottom all the way. Still dropping in depth. Fish there. I don't really hold much confidence in the fish pictures.
Yeah.
Very hard bottom there. It's so flat and hard on the bottom. No vegetation or anything. Some moving about of the fish there. Fish on the bottom there.
Yeah, I think that's where I just seen one crash. That's where it's going.
Yeah, 2 fish there. 3 fish there. 4 fish there. So. Oh yeah, mate. Loads coming up on the deeper there. Well, folks, it's what time is it? What time is it, Rob?
About 7, maybe.
7:45.
It's 7:45. We just sat down. We're going to cook up some food. I'm thinking lamb burgers with some crap cheese and some coleslaw on. And I've got some thick sliced bread. We're just having a coffee. We've literally just sat down because we've been messing about non-stop because of the conditions. Oh no, I hope this wind doesn't pick up. Yeah. That's all we need.
It's going to be a bit.
Do a separate, I'll have to big bastards then, aren't they?
They'll shrink down a lot, I think. Here we go, lamb burgers are nearly done. Just topped them with fake cheese and we're good to go. On the bread, living the dream.
Top it with some healthy coleslaw.
Yeah,
well.
bit of coleslaw to even it out. Make it a bit more healthy. I'm not sure what's happening with my Sabre headlamp. Like, I had it on for about an hour. I mean, I did have it on full brightness, but it's drained the battery right down. I'm having to charge it already, which is a bit shit, but not bothered about that right now. I'm just bothered about these. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how thick that is.
It's a beauty.
You want some tomato sauce?
No, I'll be alright with coleslaw, I think.
Okay. Perfect. Right.
Oh, look at that. It's an absolute delight.
Look at that.
Healthy eating.
Bit of a balancing act, this. There you go, mate.
Thank you very much.
It's a very thick burger, that. Absolute balancing act. A bit of sauce, not much.
That's a banger, that, mate. Very good.
Morning, folks. I've woke up quite a few times through the night. There's been some heavy rain. Absolutely silent around the lake. Not even a single bleep on the buzzers. But you can see how much rain it's put down. It's about 8 o'clock, to be honest with you. I've not even got up to reset the rods. I'm not really seeing any point in recasting and putting more bait out, but what I'm probably going to try today is I'm probably going to try a solid PVA bag up to the island, and I'll see if I can find some features on the bottom with a deeper, and then just lay maybe something a little bit more subtle than the snowman I've got on this one, like a big wafter or something like that. So I think that's the approach I'm going to go with for this morning, but I'm going to go and wake Rob up and make a coffee, I think. But yeah, not too bad of a night, not as rough as I thought it was going to be. Had my lucky Crocs on as well. Still no bites. So yeah, I think that's the tactics. I'll drop a PVA bag under that tray, and then I'll try and feature find with the right hand rod and see where we get to. Just redoing some solid bags. And this one I'm going to go with a Black Magic Wafter. Quite a big wafter these. Might trim it down a touch. Biv is absolutely covered in rubbish. Just trimming it down a bit, making it a bit odd looking. Hopefully it just makes it look a little bit more interesting to a fish. Okay. And then I'm actually going to top it with a Westys wafter. Let's get the Westys wafter on. Hopefully I can get this on without it splitting. That's brilliant. Blob that on. There we go. That's a Black Magic Wafter topped with a Westys wafter. Let's put that in a bag. I'm just crushing that down and twisting. Shuffle back into my cave. Well folks, we just watched a bit of rugby, and I think it's time for another brew and maybe a bit of breakfast. Nothing happening on the carp front.
Or the lake.
Or the lake itself. A lot of sludge, not a lot of fish. Sludge. Sludge. Sludge.
Sludge. Not sludge, it's made up word.
Sludge is such a better word. Such a better word. I think they're getting there.
Yeah, mate.
Spin them. So the bailiff's just come round and he's suggested that we potentially try zigs. I'm not fully kitted out to be fishing zigs, I've not got the right stuff with me, but I've got a few things I could probably put together a zig rig and have one out on one rod through the day as a single hook bait and maybe just cast it around every couple of hours. We'll see, I'm still thinking about it. Not cooked to me, mate.
They look good, bro.
Ooh. Grubs in, guys. PVA bag rig. Take it easy, mate. Could be our only chance. Over to the reeds, like we said.
Yeah.
So that's been in since this morning. So this is on a DNA Baits SLK wafter. The Wafters, aren't they?
Yeah.
Always the star of the show, aren't you?
I've not landed it yet.
Oh, you will. I've every confidence. It's in open water, there's nowhere it can go.
Just stop talking.
So we're told that there's not many carp in here that are less than 20 pounds, so chances are it's going to be a good one. PVA bags are so effective.
I love them.
You've had most of your fish this year on PVAs, haven't you?
All of them.
Very easy to...
Popped off its dorsal.
It's very easy to get overly giddy when you hook into a fish like this when you've been waiting a full day for a bite.
And I'm freezing.
And we're freezing, we're wet. It's been miserable. I think it's well hooked. What size hook is it? 6?
6, yeah. 6 wide gape X.
It's quite a deep shelf just off the edge of the bank here. It probably goes out about 3 or 4 foot and then it drops right down. So, and then it's a pretty steady 2.5 meters. In his lucky WestysAngling beanie. www.westysangling.co.uk, like I said. It's coming up to the top.
Putting up a decent fight on the tip.
Yeah, I've seen a glimpse of it. It's thought it was a common. Told you I put you at best peg, mate. Oh no, it's a nice one, that.
Right.
I think I've got it there. Simple, hey!
That's big, that.
Yeah, it is.
Get it.
It's got some shoulders on it. Look at shoulders on this. Oh mate, yeah, that's a nice fish.
Oh, that's big, that. That's a PB. I think it's going to be over 23.8, my PB. Look at its size body.
I think early 20s.
I reckon I'm going
right,
to go
let's
24.
weigh it.
Just put it down there.
Yeah, so it's alright in the net. What a lovely carp though. Looks like it's in pristine condition. PVA bag in the margin, as you'd expect. Just off the reeds. Just brought my scales down. So this is a good technique to unclip your net and then wrap it up so that you're not dragging the fish along the floor when you lift it over to the unhooking mat. Ready, pal?
That's heavy, that.
Yeah, it's a nice fish. Hooked perfectly in the corner of the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big nail. Still got some energy left.
Through the up then. Well, wet.
Right, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to tell you. With the sling, mate, it's hovering at 26.9.
Ooh. Oh, it might be 20.
26.9 with a sling. So we'll weigh the sling. It's 315 this net.
Wow, look at that.
Mate, it's beautiful. Hold it up for me, pal. Epic. How do you feel?
Awesome. Long time coming. What an absolute screamer.
But worth driving 3.5 hours for.
Absolutely, mate. My third ever 20.
Epic fish.
Let's turn it out to the other side.
Absolute chunk of a common. Brilliant, epic Rob. Well done, mate.
Awesome.
PVA bags for the win.
What a beauty.
In the margin, next to the reeds, as you'd expect it to be. Gone. Epic.
Get in, son.
Look at how pink those Westys Wafters go. Should have these back in stock now if you wanted to buy them through the website. Absolutely beautiful little Wafters. Perfect topper for these size of other Wafters. Rob's had 2 liners in the past half an hour. So they're obviously moving around that corner. I bet one of them will go off soon.
I'm hoping so. Fucking hell. That'd be awesome.
So Rob's just resetting his rigs. We had a couple of bleeps on the 2 margin rods. One that was over there on this far margin and one that was down the reeds here. So he's obviously brought the rigs in. We've checked them and they're full of debris and weed and stuff like that. So chances are he's been done when we had the little bit of a run before. I think it's a bit clearer next to the reeds rather than
Yeah, they were a little
near the trees. You just want it into that far edge there. Thought he was messing about with his rods, but he's in again, look. Can't believe it. Just reeled my rod in to recast it. Same spot, this guy's PVA bag.
Been in 20 minutes.
Literally 20 minutes. And this is where he had the line bites before as well, so they're obviously feeding around that margin. That bigger one just kind of lolled in. This one's definitely giving it a bit more stick.
Under tip anyway. I'm only playing it gentle. I lost a big one at me and my local fishery, so I'm terrified of losing him now. I'm just getting my money's worth and going steady.
He's got his drag set fairly loose, so, but there's no point rushing it. Like, you might as well take time and make sure that you land it, because at the minute we're fishing for bites. Obviously it's horrible weather conditions, as you can see. In the nets, just before the rugby as well. In fact, no, it's a good fish. In the nets, another good fish, I think.
Let me get me go on, boy, it's the hat, I think.
So I was just finishing up tying another PVA bag so I can get my rigs back out. And I heard a couple of bleeps and I thought he's just messing about with his alarms. But look at this. Look at this. Look at the shoulders on it.
I think it's a scrape of 20, that.
Yeah, it might scrape 20, that. I'm just grabbing my scales so I don't trust Rob's. Mine are mega accurate Corum ones. Oh. Like I said, it might just scrape a 20. We'll see. Just going to zero the net first. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh no, Broly's gone, lad.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The Broly's gone. Oh, what a miserable day. Oh, this is what we're putting up with today.
They've turned on though.
Well, I think you're just fishing in the right spot now. another good fish, that.
Yeah, they're all good in here, aren't they? Oh,
got a good set of commons at Cudmore.
come out.
Oh mate, you need to come out of the net. Not as big as that last one.
No, I think it's not far off, I don't think.
No, it's very, very close to that. Went a bit harder than that last one.
Didn't it?
Look at that. Some chunky commons there, mate.
Belters.
Oh. It's got a bit too much energy for pictures, this one. We've zeroed it, so
I'm going 21.2.
22.9, just a bit lighter than that last one.
No, that was 22.9 as well.
Second fish in the net. Let's get it going.
It's another 20.
Get her back. Oh!
What's that? Straight off. Good tune!
2 20s in one day, how do you feel about that?
Absolutely amazed. It was looking pretty bleak when we first got here.
Yeah. Well, it does show you that this whole trip for me has really pointed out it's not really about the methods that you're using, because we're both using the same methods. It's about being on top of the fish, finding where they are.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then once you've had one of them, that you're pretty much guaranteed to get another, because we're all going to be shouled up together.
We're just hitting repeat, aren't we? Exactly the same place every time.
Same place.
It come up off the bottom and just levelled out a touch going towards the margin, then we're going up again. So we just put it on that little platform and it's just been going. So yeah, game on.
We've seen fish topping round this margin over there. So this margin here today seems to be where they are. Now, to be honest with you, I thought they would be anyway, which is obviously why we did rock, paper, scissors for this peg, because the wind was forcing into this corner all day, and it has been all day today as well. So it pushes all the natural feed, probably the warmer water as well, right into the sides where the reeds are. And we all know reeds are good for carp anyway, so.
And if you didn't, we do now.
2 20s in one day, brilliant. Yes. That. Great session so far, well, for Rob anyway. I think I'm going to have another beer, drown my sorrows.
Look, it's a bit warmer, on and off showers. I've just had a nice 22-pound 9-ounce common, which you'll see on the video, screamed off from just over there. If you can see it, you're on red cam, so I've no idea if it's looking at where I'm pointing. That fella straight across has just had one as well. Mine looked bigger, obviously, and a fella just behind that island had one last night apparently. Westy's had note yet. Hopefully we'll catch you in a bit when I'm pulling another fish in.
So I've actually just reset my rigs for tonight. I've got a running rig on this side, out for the cats with a snowman on, and then on the left here I've got a PVA bag. Nice and simple, like I say, exact same tactics as Rob's using. It's just the fish are clearly round this bay and they're not in the open water, and I'm in an open water swim here. The cats haven't been coming out for a few weeks, I'm told, so whether they will switch on the feed or not, who knows. It is getting really cold. It's meant to go to about 2 degrees Celsius tonight, so really cold. But we're going to put the rugby on, we're going to have another beer, and we're going to get a cook up done. But hopefully I get a fish before the end of the session. But if we don't, look, Rob's had 2 fish. It's not been a wasted trip, it's not been a wasted video.
Westy has been rewarded with the reposition and is now playing his first fish minutes after we've slipped my 20 back, my second one. Literally a couple of bleeps and he's fired into it and he's on. That rig's been out 2 minutes, like 10 minutes.
Giving these extend rods a good test out here. Swimming towards us. I think it's a carp, don't think it's a cat.
Mate, do you want a bigger net? This is absolutely ridiculous.
Ooh, some big head shakes there.
Do you want to play guess the weight? Try and guess it now. Furthest person apart has to see a can off.
18.
I'll go 19.6.
Mate, if you're picking minor things, 18.2. let's land it first, shall we?
Yeah, go on.
These head shakes are making me nervous.
Focus.
It's a mirror.
Oh, first mirror.
Let's get it in now. Yeah.
Smaller than your two.
Oh, it's lovely that. Nice and steady. Yeah. Good lad.
Knock me other rods over, it don't matter though.
Get in, boy. Well done.
Oh.
When you're on the fish,
Fish.
you are on the fish.
Look at that.
Oh, it's a good one. Mate, that's a 20.
It's a long fish.
I think it's 20. It's similar size to the ones I've been pulling in. It's beautiful.
You think? It's a lovely fish that, whatever it is.
Mate, that is definitely a 20. Or just shy.
Yeah, it might be just shy, I think. Right.
Good work, bro.
Let's get it. Let's get it in the thing and get it. I might take it to yours because mine's full of sludge.
Yeah, it's set
you
up.
look down here at mine.
It's still
sludgy as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty bad down here. I've got me everything set up and for weighing as well.
See,
so
I knew the lucky crocs when it let me down, you know what I mean?
They're built for speed, them lad. I've not seen you move so quick.
No, I've not even got them in sports mode either, you know what I mean?
Just getting this bad boy on the bank now. I'll stick it in retainer for a minute. Like it's, oh!
Fish that, mate.
Told you, it looks good.
Just keep them wet, guys, even at this time of year. Get some water over the gills.
It is long, that.
Yeah, it is, it's a long fish. Those were like
oh, it's lovely.
Stinky.
That's easier 20, that.
Whew. I don't know. We'll see. Look at that.
Absolutely nailed.
Kamakura, barbless, nailed right in the corner of the mouth on the Black Magic Wafter. That topped with a Westys Wafter. Absolutely epic.
A shameless plug. Beautiful
Absolutely. Shameless, but
oh, that's a beautiful fish.
now it's going some.
Mister, I'm not going to get a fish from open water. I'm not hopeful. As he's getting slapped in the face with a big mirror.
It's not letting me turn it.
Put that fin in.
There we go. Absolutely chunky looking
monster. Woo! Great fish.
I think we're going to weigh it, but well, that's a 20, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Just over 20.
Just over.
24.9. So
it'd be bang on 20 probably.
Maybe 20 and
an ounce, literally.
2 or 3 ounce, yeah. 20 pounder. It's absolutely awesome. Just scraped to 20. It was probably about 20 pound, probably 2-3 ounce with the waist sling. Absolutely epic. I'm just gonna have a few pickies with her and get her back. Off she goes into the deep. Tell your friends, go on the spot.
Hold on, mate.
Okay folks, so because we're obviously having success now, there'll be a few of you probably asking what bait we're using and stuff like that, so I'm going to go through that. Rob's main bait is DNA Baits Secret 7 Wafters, and he's side mounting them actually. They're like a normal barrel wafter.
They come in 2 sizes as well, pretty good. Small, large,
cool.
Straight through middle. But that's got DNA insect mealing as well as the crayfish mini mix.
Cool, so some powders in there as well. For me, I've used Aquastim Black Magic Wafters. They actually produce these to be fished on the river for barbel, but they're an awesome dark coloured wafter, and then I've just been topping them with a little Westys wafter just for a bit of flash of colour. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going to get a rig back out and hopefully I can get another one during the night. Seems like they're here, seems like they're on the feed. I put plenty of bait out on a swim, so I just need to get it roughly in the right spot with the bait boat. There's so many carp poison in the middle, right where I've got my rigs. Literally just flopping. I'm hoping that they'll do it again. Keep your eye on the lake. Ah, they're crashing like there's no tomorrow. Such good signs. And there's bubbles coming up around the spot as well. I don't know whether you can hear that on the GoPro, and you probably can, but It's heaving it down.
Every time we come to Cudmore, it absolutely siles down.
We're in our makeshift little shelter. It is absolutely heaving it down out here. And we've not even cooked any food yet, and I don't know how we're going to do that. When I lean forward here, I can feel the rain blowing in from the side. The bivvy doors are closed. The rigs are out.
The electrics.
There's water everywhere, covering everything.
But we've had 320s.
But we've had 320s. Can't argue with that, can you?
Right, guys. I've got another one. Don't know if you can see it right there. It's pretty foggy. Cannot see a thing right now. I've tried to ruse Westy by giving him a little subtle shout, but there's other anglers I can't go wild. But I managed to get her in. I'm fighting under a tip for a good 5 minutes. It's a good fish, is that. I don't know how big it is. It's I think maybe mid-20s. I'm not sure. Whew. I think I'll go wake him up, see what he's got to say for himself. 3-1 to Fuller. Go on.
You'll have to excuse me, folks, because I'm half asleep, but just been woken up, and Rob has got
a very big mirror.
A fish in the retaining sling. Yeah. Oh, look at this mirror carp.
I
think your other two were bigger.
I don't know, mate. It feels heavy, this one.
It's a lovely fish. Hold it up, buddy. Let's have a look at that, folks. Well done, Rob. I was sound asleep. Absolutely.
It's near mirror. It's got like a couple of scales.
It's nearly a leather carp, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that could be mid-20s.
Very, very recognisable fish. So I've just weighed it, and it's hovering on 28 with the net. The net was £4. So I'm thinking that's about £24, that mirror. What an amazing fish. Rob's got his carpy pants on.
Yes. I've got back. Yeah.
So scales are both weighing the same. That's a tank, isn't it?
What a day at Cudmore.
Absolute chunk.
I don't know what happened with weather, but
4 fish over 20.
It can happen again.
Right, let's get her back.
Don't move the sling for me.
She's gone. Yes. Well done, mate. 12:30 at night.
Well, it was 12 o'clock, but I couldn't wake you up.
Bringing in mid-20s. Nothing for me through the night. Obviously, Rob's had that stonking mirror carp. It's about 7:30, not too early. Obviously, it's not coming light very early these days. Torn between recasting my rigs and probably just leaving them. There's mist on the water. Very cold night last night. Struggling to get warm at points. What a lovely setting here at Cudmore. Really nice morning. I don't think it's due to do any raining today. Well, I've just had a couple of bleeps, and Rob's potentially just had a cormorant come down and give him a run. So we're hit into that one anyway, but then the cormorant surfaced about 30 seconds later, yeah, so it could have been that. It's been a very productive weekend, but it's also been a very miserable weekend with the weather and the sludge and the dirt. But yeah, it's just hard work. There's crap everywhere, there's crap all over. I'm covered, like everything's covered. So it's going to take a bit of time cleaning it all, sorting it all out. You never see the Corder boys doing all that, do you? Not dirt and rubbish. And it's always on these nice sunny beaches in France. Never see them all slutched up.
What's going on, YouTube? So you come to the end of the Cudmore video for this time. We've had a session that's gone ups and downs. We're renaming the channel to 20’s since I've outperformed Westy.
In my defence, you had the best peg.
I did, yeah, I got lucky.
I'm going to keep making these excuses, but it does show you, doesn't it? We're fishing the same techniques, just different areas are holding the carp. Only had one from open water, but that was to a little bit of a structure, a small structure that's out there, whether that be a sunken tree, a sunken log or something like that, I don't know. It's still absolutely freezing. We're going to start the slow packing up process and try and eliminate as much of the mud on all the stuff as possible, but
it's going to be impossible. Everything is absolutely caked in mud. I've got no clean dry footwear, so I'm going to have to drive back to Scarborough in my bare feet or in wet trainers.
But this is the kind of stuff you've got to do if you want to come fishing at this time of year. Just as a side note as well, if you are going to come fishing at this time of year and you do want to try doing something like this, please make sure you've got the right gear, otherwise it's just going to be an uncomfortable session for you. Get the right sleeping stuff, make sure you wrap up warm, take as many layers as you can with you, multiple pairs of socks, dry clothes, whatever, and make sure you've got the right bivvy and bed shirt that you're going to be comfortable. Plenty of coffee, plenty of hot drinks and stuff like that to keep yourself comfortable. But yeah, absolutely amazing session. Obviously Rob's had an absolute blinder of a session. 3 20's in 48 hours. You can't ask for any more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I got done a few times as well where they aborted takes, but yeah, I was lucky to land the 3. They were brilliant fish as well. Got my PB common as well at 21.9, and my PB mirror beating my old PB at 23.9. My old one was 23.8.
So he's broke 2 of his PBs in one session with the mirror carps. I had a lovely mirror, so I'm chuffed. I've not blanked, and that's the main thing. And yeah, I've had a really good session. Considering the conditions, I've had a really good session. And I just want to say thanks very much for watching the video. Don't forget, I'm selling the merch, www.WestysAngling.co.uk, if I haven't mentioned that enough this video. Plenty of winter stuff, some good winter lines coming as well. And it's definitely lucky gear, isn't it?
Very, very lucky. Lucky sweatshirt, lucky hoodie, lucky hat.
There you go.
And it's kept me warm.
Yeah, nice and warm, practical gear, and good quality as well. I don't want to sell rubbish, so because it's not really why I'm doing it. Just want to get the logo out there, get the name out there, and yeah. So we'll catch you next time, folks.
See you later, guys. Cheers.